You're with Julian on the Brown Note and a review of another highbrow film, Captain America Brave New World. They even changed the world from the title in a bad way, from New World Order, which was, I thought it was a stronger, much more entertaining title, and it's the story too long. Every Marvel film since Endgame has been a terrible cash-in and rubbish, which is virtually 100% true, bar the odd blip. People are sick and tired of the superhero movies. They keep crashing and burning at the box office. This one wasn't a hit. It did 414 million, which is probably shy of breaking even. And the director, Julius Ona, hasn't done anything at all. So I don't know how they ended up in this film. And the big selling point here, which no one asked for, and that's another big point about a lot of these post-Endgame movies, no one really asked for any of this, is to swap the second most beloved character, Chris Evans' Captain America, to Anthony Mackie, who was his side character in the MCU universe. Which again no one wanted, no one asked for, and they just did it to make a film. It's a real case of somebody making a film for the sake of it, just to keep the intellectual property rights coming in to whatever degree that is. So we get next to Robert Downey Jr., the second most loved characterization in MCU was Captain America from Chris Evans. So now we get his sidekick Anthony Mackie taking over the Captain America mantle, which is a way to put a lot of people offside, and people said it was racist, blah, blah. But no, it's not. Everyone loves Anthony Mackie, and he's a really good actor in other stuff, but there was no development to that character in the MCU. It was just an absolute background character. And you're taking the second most important character and just making it him. So Anthony Mackie is now Captain America. Harrison Ford is now the President of the United States, and he's a character that has appeared in Iron Man and loads of different films that are MCU, but now it's because of, I think what's his name? I've forgotten it. William Hurt, I think it was, that played the character originally, passing away, if that's the right one. He's now played by Harrison Ford, who is an ex-militaristic guy who's trying to change his tune and becoming a better person. And he's trying to get the United States on board with a pact with China, India, Japan, something like that, to protect world security. The plot itself is so unbelievably convoluted and meaningless. So there's like a villain guy that's trying to upset the whole thing, who is just a complete non-event. Absolute non-event. So Anthony Mackie's character tries to rescue something that's being stolen by terrorists at the start, and it ends up being this metal, adamantium, that is come from the Eternals movie, the first time the Eternals movie has got referenced. And he, Captain America gets it back. He's got a new sidekick, Danny Ramirez as Falcon now, who was Anthony Mackie was Falcon before. It's so messy. There was apparently a lot of rewrites going on and 5 screenwriters, and it really does feel like it, because it is a convoluted mess of 10 different storylines, none of which are strong enough on their own, but also none of which are strong enough combined. So we get his old friend, who was the original black Captain America, who was mistreated by the government and in jail at the moment. He was in jail for many years and experimented on by that Harrison Ford president guy, coming out of retirement and all going to the White House. And then this guy ends up trying to kill the president, and we find out that this nefarious guy in the background can manipulate minds and blah, blah, blah. I cannot believe... I was expecting like a mid-tier Black Panther, Captain Marvel, mid-tier 6-7 out of 10 film here, and it is utter garbage. I cannot believe how bad Captain America Brave New World is. It veers between this really uncomfortable and unfunny goofiness and then this more serious tone, neither work. Anthony Mackie's left hanging out to dry, really, in the film. He's just like a spokesperson for the movie. He has no agency here. Harrison Ford is excellent. Harrison Ford has a really good character and a lot of heart and intrigue into who he is. That's about it as far as the old guy as well. He was also good. Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley. He's the original black Captain America who was mistreated massively by the government and jailed for decades and so on. He's a really good character. I thought he was good. I thought it's interesting. Shira Haas turns up as an Israeli Black Widow. So she's a Israeli version of the Scarlett Johansson character. Now, that should have been a big issue in this film because of obvious reasons regarding global politics. The fact that it isn't because they do it well. It's because, like everything in this movie, it's like they've just got all these political hand grenades and they throw them up in the air and then they run as fast as possible in a direction where nothing ever happens. So it's not that she is a problematic character because she represents an Israeli version of Black Widow. It just doesn't matter. Nothing matters. They have so many things that they touch on, such as the old Captain America being treated the way he was because he was black or whatever, doesn't really resolve itself. Nothing does. They throw all these hand grenades up in the air and then the scarper and try and get out of the way of anything landing so they don't get hit with anything. It feels so corporate. It's pretty ugly to look at. It's really, really shiny. The effects and everything, such as Harrison Ford, who becomes the Hulk, the Red Hulk, is really low rent, probably worse than the effects in the Edward Norton Hulk movie 15 years before. It doesn't look good at all. There's really nowhere to go in this film. It was a struggle to get through. So I thought Brave New World is obviously the end of this particular journey. It didn't make enough money to warrant it, but there's nowhere to go with any of these characters anyway. A very, very low tier up there with The Marvels and Antman 3 is one of the worst Marvel projects I've seen. So I'm going to give Brave New World a 2 out of 10.